I wanted to record this video. This is regarding a dream that I had back on January 6th. Um, the whole point of this dream was to explain trafficking um, for children in the United States and how it worked. I winded up having three different children. They came to me in a dream. Two of them were girls, one of them was a boy, and all three of them explained to me how they were trafficked in the United States. And I took notes of everything. I winded up waking up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and I just wrote everything down on my phone just so I wouldn't forget it. And I'm going to explain to people what they explained to me and how it works and how everything on both sides, the predator side and on the children's side. Um, so there were two teenage girls. They were the main ones that were kind of explaining things to me. And they were telling me how they were trafficked using the mailing system, mailing or shipping system. Um, One of them, she was African American. She looked around like 15 years old, probably. She had curly hair and with like a beanie hat on. And she gave me her phone and she said to ask the deliverer when the prescription was getting delivered. So that's kind of how the person purchasing the child, the predator, would like ask the mailing person, the mailman or mailwoman. And it was made to seem as if it was like of high importance. And what she winded up telling me was on the phone, on her phone, there was an email. In the email, it kind of gave like stats about the girl, but like mainly how old she was, but also like a code that was given, a QR code, and where to go to see the child or to claim that you wanted to pick up the child, pretty much. So you had to walk up to a select vehicle. In this case, the one that was doing the trafficking, it was the United States Postal Service. So there are certain vehicles that they are used for delivering mail, but there's certain ones that they're on the outside it's made to look like it's supposed to deliver mail, but they actually traffic children. Um, so you're looking for a certain number on the vehicle. If you look at some vans, for like the UPS or USPS, they have like certain numbers on it, like in the corner or on the license plate. So that's how you would tell which van you would have to go to or vehicle. Inside of the mail van or truck, there was a child. This is where the third child winded up appearing to me. So I had to take the role in my dream as being the predator, and I winded up going up to the mail truck, and it was either a mailman or a mailwoman. Usually they would use the woman because a lot of people wouldn't expect a woman to traffic. And you winded up going up to them and say that you were expecting a package, or you would ask them if they had a certain package. You would then either show them or give them a code number or like a QR code. And they would say to you, either the man or the woman would say to you, that your package would be delivered between 5 business days. They never gave you a date. They just said expect it between 5 business days. And when I winded up looking inside of the van, It was a little boy, and he was hogtied, and you could tell he was like given something to like be drugged because he was kind of like out of it. And all I just remember him saying was, "Where's my dad? Like, I want to see my dad again." And I kind of thought it was weird that he would say dad and not the mom, but it could have been maybe that it was a single father. I don't know. Um, then after that, I winded up seeing the delivery process of how they would traffic the child. So a man or a woman would walk with the child and place the children. um I'm sorry. My notes are all like messed up right now. But okay. So the drop off for the child. I'm sorry. I got all messed up. So how the drop off for the child would be like, it would look very, very discreet. It would look as if it was a normal residential neighborhood. Um, and a man and a woman that would look like they were together, but they really weren't. They would have a child. Sometimes they would have one, other times they would have two. And they would pretend like they were visiting a friend in the neighborhood. And sometimes the child would have a backpack on. And they would go to a random house that looked like any normal house that you wouldn't really suspect anything of going on. And they would drop off the child, and the child would stay there for like a week, 2 weeks probably, just so that nobody would really raise suspicion. And this is when I winded up seeing the second teenage girl. She was white, she had blonde hair, looked around 14 years old, and then she kind of was in the house explaining the delivery process. um the people dropping off the children, they were to kind of make it seem as if they were like going on vacation. So like the parents, they were like going on vacation, and then they were coming back to pick up the kid. um a lot of people would wonder, well, what about the tunnels and all that stuff? So with that, the the children in my dream, they told me that the tunnels are more used for people of wealth, of status. um So, wealthy clients that were participating in child trafficking, they were pretty much using the underground tunnel systems to basically transport children to certain houses or, buildings, mansions, all that type of stuff. Um, and they explained to me that the underground tunnels, that they're very, very old and confusing, so you can actually get lost in it. So you need to know someone that kind of knows how to maneuver and get to where you need to go in the tunnels. um, and the last girl, that was already in the house, you could kind of tell like this man winded up doing some stuff to her. And the only thing that she told me was, now that you know, what are you going to do? And I thought that that was very, um, that statement alone was very powerful. And I felt like this is like what I had to do, was explain it to people. Um, Obviously, you have a lot of different children or victims that could be able to come forward and to tell their story. But I know now, with everything that's going on, some people don't want to, and it's understandable. Um, and I just felt like I had to record this and to explain to people like this is reality. This is how it works. Um, it's not a political thing, religious thing. It's not none of that. This is like a human issue. Um, we're all blinded. Um, and I just felt like I had to do just service for that. Um, just to record it, explain it, and ask you if you had three children that showed you how they got trafficked, what would you do? Um, and the reason why I wanted to record it was also because, especially with the Epstein files, the second batch of the Epstein files, if you actually know how to like look for things, um, it pretty much they're telling and giving people the information that everybody wants to know. You just have to know how to look for it. And when I winded up typing USPS in the Epstein files, Epstein was getting packages delivered to him constantly for like years. And it was always being signed off by the same two or three people. And there's like USPS is like named in the files like thousands of times. Granted, some of them are probably packages, but I want people to know that when you're looking at those files, it's not a package that's being delivered using a mailing system that everybody in the United States is using. It's children. Children are being trafficked using United States Postal Service. There's a receipt for FedEx. FedEx is involved in it. I wouldn't be surprised if UPS is involved. Like, people just have to open your eyes. It's right in front of you. You're choosing not to see it. I'm gonna try to add photos of it too, just so people could kind of see what I'm talking about. Because you kind of have to look for it. It's kind of one of those things where they show you a photo of it and then there's no context. So it's like, well, why are you showing me a receipt from FedEx of a package going from New Jersey halfway across the country to California? That's a child. It's not a package. It's overnight delivery. And if you look at the delivery status, it says it should be delivered within 5 days. It's children. So I just have to ask again, what would you do if you knew the information that I told you? Peace, love, and light. Blessings to all. We're going into some pretty dark times, but the light is always what to look forward to.